With school uniform, there's a lot of research done on how it does or does not affect children. In countries without uniform, sometimes there is anxiety over how people dress, peer pressure over fashion, etc. Which end are you looking at? Would you speak to school children and teachers, or purely from a political point of view? There's probably a documentary on the Summerhill School, the school in the UK without uniform or even a timetable. Could be a good example of an anti-conformity school. Some rules should not be put in place in this day and age. How many people have been wrongly accused of not conforming and why? Prison. Interesting. A lot of things need to be considered when doing this. I think of Western liberation when you said conformity. Thoughts of conformity from the Western culture. Western and Eastern. People that belong to a culture. A history of subcultures. What in this subject reflects you personally? Schools, places that require uniforms, clubs with dress codes. Vice and queer identities. The head teacher who banned 50 students on the first day of school for uniforms. Headline news for a week. Money in uniforms, etc. Popular topic. Does conformity help shape a society, or is it a negative? Gurdwara? The fact you have to respect the place and wear a scarf to cover your head as a rule. Jeremy Corbyn, tie not done up for Remembrance Day. Aesthetically and in action. Communism. Jobs/schools where you don't have to conform. Anarchy, self-governing. In what area of your life do you most conform? The Office, subtle signs of subversion. Head teacher. Compare schools that do/don't have uniform. Behaviour change? Look at study with guards and prisoners. Power trip. How do different countries deal with conformity? North Korea. Prison guard. What does conformity mean to you? Why do we need to wear school uniform? Perhaps look at schools without uniform and make a comparison between them. Does it affect their behaviour, bullying rates, judgment? Do people then start conforming to others because of this, etc.? You say you were looking at uniforms, but what is it specifically you are going to study? What are the reasons for uniform? Is it to rule out the above? Schools, junior, infant and high. Is there a difference between ages and its effects? The Asian education system heavily stresses conformity, not only in visible ways, e.g. no nail polish/dyed hair, but also forcing students to conform to one ideal way of thinking. This creates identity loss issues, which affects young adults greatly when they enter society. Should one conform? Psychology classes. Why and how people conform are also a scientific thing as much as a social/political thing. Non-conformity people, hipsters, people who reject conformity. Do you think emotion determines whether we follow the rules? Is it something we have to abide by in order to survive? The church, religious conformity. Head teacher of a school, the rules they stick to, the rules they set. Look at people who aim to not conform purposely. Do particular establishments or even countries have radically different views of conforming? Church. Church priest/minister, member of the council. Define conformity. Definition. What/who makes the conformity of a society? Stereotypes/assumptions/people who are part of a group. Any society. Compare them. How is conformity different between groups/interests/ages?